Hello, I'm Sarah, and welcome to HMS News. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hello everyone, and this is Gabe reporting on HMS News with our latest developments. Dogs in Somerton are in a 10-day quarantine for attacking a 60-year-old woman and her 31-year-old daughter. The owner believes that someone released the dogs from their fence due to a racial bias. The dogs have to be held in the animal shelter to be checked for rabies. If it is found that they have rabies, there could be more lawsuits than expected. Those two breeds, a pit bull and a pit bull mastiff mix, are always misunderstood, and if worse comes to worse, they could be put down. This would be devastating to the owner. Hopefully everyone is just honest and tries to resolve this peacefully.
Brandon here, reporting on sports. A.J. McCarron had the chance to do what 5 other first-time postseason starters for the Bengals have never done before: win a playoff game. A.J. McCarron made his first postseason start against the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC wildcard game. If he was to have won, it would have been the first time a Bengals QB has won a game in their first postseason appearance. The 5 QBs to attempt to do so before him were Virgil Carter, Ken Anderson, Boomer Esiason, Carson Palmer, and Andy Dalton. If the Bengals would have won, it would not only be history for the starter A.J. McCarron, but the first time the Bengals won a playoff game since January 6, 1991, which would end the longest such drought in NFL history. Unfortunately, the Bengals lost to the Steelers on a last-minute field goal, 18-16, in a tight, heartbreaking ending. Controversial flags may have cost the Bengals, but it's safe to say, if any history is to be made, it would have to be next year.
Hello, I'm David with Politics. This past week, Donald Trump makes his way into the news again by saying that on his first day of presidency, he will, quote-unquote, get rid of all gun-free zones in America, because they are, quote-unquote again, bait to one of those psychopaths who actually do shoot up places. His point being that people who actually do these awful things would target, quote-unquote, gun-free zones, because there is no personal defense that could stand a chance against a shooter. Like some of his other ideas, it has a good base, but how it is being presented is just wrong. Getting rid of all gun-free zones in the country, if anything, that would increase the rate of mass shootings. Maybe letting authorizing figures such as police officers and military officials carry guns in gun-free zones. But taking away all gun-free zones for everybody would, if anything, people would abuse this right, and there would be more mass shootings such as San Bernardino, California, and Sandy Hook, Connecticut. This is only one of Donald Trump's crazy and insane ideas that he says he wants to put into action. Other ones including putting a wall between Mexico and the USA. I'm David, HMS News.
Hi, I'm Allison, reporting on cancer. The number 1 death in 21 states is cancer. The leading cause of death is lung cancer. It is the cause in 1 in 4 deaths. Since the peak of cancer in 1991, deaths caused by cancer has dropped by 23%. There has also been a decrease in smoking rates, which has spared 1.7 million lives. The number of Americans smoking has dropped 20% in the past 10 years. Cancer is stable in women but decreasing by 3.1% per year in men.
Hi, I'm Sarah, reporting on a Tennessee teen saved by Siri. An 18-year-old boy named Sam Ray called for Siri emergency when his truck fell on top of him. He started repairing on the truck, so he had been underneath it when a 5,000-pound piece of the truck had fallen on top of him. He was yelling, "Call 911," when he heard Siri turn on, and the voice control called for the emergency. Once Christina Lee from Rumford County Dispatcher Office picked up the phone, she heard Sam yelling and screaming, "Help me." So a truck had fallen down on me, so she had sent her crews out to follow and help him. Ray was starting to actually accept the fact that he wouldn't be able to live anymore, but before he had died, they were rescued him, and he ended with several broken bones, a crushed kidney, and several burns.
Thanks for watching our show. I'm David, and this has been HMS News.